So if you remember a few weeks ago, my aunt and uncle got me a new microphone and camera and stuff and arms. That was pretty cool. They've also just pulled it out of the bag and got me some new lights, which are now shining down onto me. I've not really found the right setting for them yet, which may take some time. So every video for the next week or so, I'll probably look very different in terms of the lights. In fact, should we blind you? Look, these are them. If we turn you around, there's one of them. The other one's kind of behind you. They're brilliant. So thank you very much to my aunt and uncle for sending me more stuff, which is absolutely incredible. But if there's one thing more incredible than them sending all this stuff to me, it's how Real Oviedo are doing at the moment in La Liga. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you, the final two games before we go on the winter break. We've got Real San Sebastian, which is Real Sociedad, and then we've got the big derby against Sporting Gijon. Since you were last here, things have gone pretty well actually. I say pretty well, they've done very, very well. We played 3 games and we've won all 3. First it was Getafe Spanish Cup. 4th round, second leg. We drew the first one 1-1, but we managed to win this one 3-1 to get through into the 5th round, so pretty decent stuff there. And then we had 2 league games. Las Palmas up first. Las Palmas sitting bottom of the table. We had to rely on a 93rd minute goal from Raul Thomas to make sure we won that. They really sat back, Las Palmas, and it was like a Granada game. After a few episodes ago, we played Barcelona, beat them, and then drew to Granada, who were like bottom of the table at the time. And it's because Granada just sat back and we just couldn't do anything, couldn't break them down. It was a very, very similar situation against Las Palmas. Fortunately, Hans Osmanovic managed to get one in the 80th minute, and then Raul Thomas secured the win in the 93rd minute. Even a little bit late, but at least we got there. And then we played Athletic Bilbao last time out, playing 5 at the back, that system again, and we demolished them 4-1. Osmanovic with 2, Solonke with 1, and Adzic with 1 as well. So that was a pretty good run of games. We've got San Sebastian today, Real Sociedad. They are sitting 9th right now, but that's after a few games. They were sitting 6th, I think. So we're going to go back to that 5 at the back system for Real San Sebastian today as well. I feel like if we have a team in the top 7, we have to sort of do that, I think, because I think that's probably the best way to try and get results against them, because it's worked pretty well so far. This then is going to be the lineup for the game today. Berkeyzer starts in goal. Verber is back from injury now. He's partners up with Diaz and Romero to make that back 3 with Cucurella and David Cameron as our wing backs. Ruiz and Borja van der start in the centre of midfield. Adzic comes in as that attacking midfielder today because he did score in the last game against Bilbao when he came on as a substitute. Roland Salah didn't play particularly against Bilbao, so we thought we'd give Adzic a go. And then Osmanovic and Solonke are going to be starting up front today. Oh wait, someone told me how to say his name in the last video. Let me find the comment. Yeah, Tyrion Lannister. He's always commenting on the videos. Who knew that a Game of Thrones character is actually watching my videos, which is pretty cool. Either way, apparently according to him, it's pronounced Solanke. So, I mean, that's probably quite simple actually looking at that, Solanke. But that's what it is now. Right, well, kickoff is upon us. We're at home today, so we could be the favourite. We should be the favourites, really. We're doing very well. We're still sitting 3rd in the table. I forgot to show the table. We're still sitting 3rd. Nothing really changed too much. Real Madrid is still above us. Atletico Madrid is still above us. Barcelona is still below us. So it's all right. 18 games is the halfway point of this season. At the end of this episode, we'll be on 17. So very nearly at the halfway stage. Honestly, I thought by this stage we'd have dropped out of things. We obviously started the season very well. I thought we'd probably drop out of things a little bit by now as Adzic comes forward and scores a great goal to open the scoring 8 minutes into today's game, which is fantastic stuff. That's why I've started him. He is such a quality player. I think actually, if we click on him so far this season, I can't click on him because it's on the left-hand side. It's all bugged for whatever reason. But his average rating across the league games this season is 7.78 so far. He is just top class. And I feel like we have to give him a new contract because his minimum fee release clause is only 15 million. And he's worth a lot more than that. As I was saying, though, about the league table and stuff, I thought we'd have dropped out of the top 4 by now, but we haven't. And now that we're approaching the halfway point, I feel like if we don't get Champions League football, that could be a little bit disappointing, actually, at this stage now. Obviously, there's still a long way to go and a lot can happen, but I would be a little bit disappointed if we didn't get Champions League football, if we miss out on it by like 2 or 3 points. If we drop out and are out by 10 points, that doesn't really matter too much. But if we miss out by 2 or 3 points, I will be a little bit annoyed. Free kick now for Real San Sebastian, cleared, but only as far as Sanchez, who's trying to put the ball back in the area for him. He plays it back towards his defender, who's coming out, puts a decent cross in. Munoz, absolutely unmarked there. I think that he just lost his marker at the back post there and had all the time in the world to put it in the back of the net, and it's exactly what he's done. That was a real moment of weakness for us there. He just switched off completely. And we're going to have to do something about that in the second half if we want to get back into winning ways. We're going to go assertively. I'm far from pleased so far. Adzic looks demotivated by that. I'm going to have to say calmly to him that he's done very well out there. Very happy with the performance out there. He looks happy now. Everyone looks fired up and happy, which is good stuff. Let's go into the second half, take it to them, and hopefully pick up the win today. Throw in for us now in this second half, although it's given... I mean, we gave it away. They gave it back to us. That's fine, actually. It's mitigated itself. Kukura now on the ball into Ruiz. Into Adzic, who gives the ball away to Adnan Januzaj now as Real Sociedad come forward. Munoz, the goal scorer, on the ball, tackled by Borja Fernandez expertly there. And Berke Erza now has a chance to show some distribution. Plays out towards Romero, very good stuff, who puts a great ball up to Solanke. And Solanke now in the area, shot though, at a bit of an acute angle, is straight at the goalkeeper. Neither of the strikers playing particularly well right now, which is an issue. We may have to swap them over. Who have we got? I think we've got RDT on the bench, which is good, but we don't have what we call Lozano on the bench. So Raul Thomas is going to come on in for Solanke as more of a trequartista. Whilst here as well, I think Badeka is going to come on for Borja Fernandez too. We'll make those two changes in the 62nd minute right now. But we do need to talk strikers, because there was an excellent comment in the last episode about what we should do about our striker situation, which essentially was just get rid of Lozano. He's old now. He's not playing too much. Offer Raul Thomas a new contract. His contract ends at the end of this season, and make sure it's less than first team. If he wants first team or key player, just get rid of him. If he wants rotational backup, then keep him around. I'm actually quite keen on that, to be fair, because Lozano hasn't played that much. He's very inconsistent as well, and we could probably get a bit of decent money for him, whilst he's also on a lot of wages as well. So it'd be good to get away from a squad, especially if we've got these two new strikers in, Solanke and Osmanovic, who are doing very well so far this season. Raul Thomas, his ability is declining, his value is dropping, and his contract ends at the end of the season anyway. I only want him on a short-term deal, so if we can sort of get that, then that sort of works for me as well, because he's been a very, very good backup player for us. So that's what my plan is going to be for this episode, I suppose, try and offer RDT a new contract. But Real Sociedad are coming forward now in the last few moments of this game, although they have just put the ball massively wide. We're going to bring Salai on for these final few moments, just to have a little bit more energy in that attacking midfield. Adzic played very well, got his goal, of course, but I think Salai could do something in these final few moments. He's on the ball now, plays a great ball out to Osmanovic, who's coming forward into Raul Thomas, who's already... I thought Badeka was about to absolutely hammer home a shot there. Unfortunately, he hasn't. And it looks like we're going to finish today's game against Real Sociedad 1-0, which isn't the worst result, because they're a decent side. They were before other games played in Europa League places, which is good. We still maintain our Champions League spot right now, and we can't win every game, can we? We can't win every single game. You were unlucky out there tonight, boys, I'm going to say to them, but I'm not disappointed with that result. I think that's something we can build on. Yeah, Luka Adzic so far in league games this season, 7.83 average rating. Across all games he's played so far, 7.75. It is ridiculous how good he is so far this season, and how good he's been since he joined. I just don't understand why no one else wants to snap him up, and why he's not playing in the Serbian national team. What is worrying, though, I've gone to offer him a new contract. If we give him playing time, key player, his interest is extremely doubtful, which is worrying. We do need to sort out a contract, though, for Raul Thomas. His ends pretty soon, and we need to discuss... I mean, he's upset at the club, so he's not going to sign a new contract. Well, that makes things easy for me right now, then. That makes things easy for me right now. I still think we'll get rid of Lozano in January, because he's just not going to get game time. He'll be unhappy at the club, and I don't want unhappy players. And we've just got a little bit more time now to decide what to do with Raul Thomas, I suppose. Roland Salai now wants to leave the club as well, because he's not getting games. It's because I made him a key player. That's the issue. Cucurella can't resolve his unhappiness. And now what? Now what do I say to him? I tell you what, Adzic can play in that attacking midfield position when we actually do use an attacking midfielder. So maybe we say to Salai, I think a loan move is the best solution for you right now. That doesn't work for him. He wants a permanent transfer. Well, you know what? How much is he worth? He's on 21k per week. Okay, let's just get rid of him. All right, we're going to try and sell him in January. Salai is... Okay, he's now very upset with me, because he thought he could force his way into the side. But no, he's going to go now. Salai will be leaving the club in January alongside Lozano. We've got 9 million as well in the bank to spend in transfer budget. If we sell those, we could get an extra, I don't know, 5 million or so. we've got 14 million, I reckon, to spend on maybe another right back and maybe a decent central midfielder. So that came around quickly. The Sporting Gijon game is here. It's time for the Asturiano Derby, and we changed the formation. I should have just talked you through it, actually. I don't know why I've done it and not talked you through it, but we changed back to the winger formation, slightly more attacking. I think this will work better against Gijón, who are further down the table. Berkeyzer stays in goal. Cucurella stays at left back. Verba and Romero make up the CDM positions. And as you can see, David Cameron is suspended. So I think it's absolutely perfect poetry that in his final game ever for Real Oviedo, Diego Johannesson, who has been with the club his entire... I feel bad for letting him go, if I'm honest with you. Apart from last season, he was on loan a little bit with Girona, but his entire career has been with Oviedo. His final game will be the big derby. I think that's absolute perfect poetry. So Johannesson comes in at right back, Ruiz in CDM with Borja Fernandez and Badeca in that midfield, Adic on the left, Orsolini on the right, and Osmanovic is going to be starting up front for us today. I'm looking forward to this game. We should be winning this, but it's a big derby, so anything can happen, really. Right, kickoff is upon us in the biggest game of the season for Oviedo fans. Nothing gets bigger than Derby Day. And in fact, on Saturday, Lincoln have got their own derby, Lincoln City Real Life. We're playing Grimsby Town. Unfortunately, I'm not going. I'm just not going, unfortunately. Didn't get a ticket. They all sold out pretty quickly, and I'm also away next week, so I need to do packing and things like that, so I'm a bit busy with sort of things. But hopefully we're going to go to Grimsby and we're going to absolutely smash them, just like we are going to smash Gijón today. Early corner for us, Adic puts it in, cleared though, but only as far as Orsolini, who puts it into Borja Fernandez, who can put it back in the area, cleared though, and looks like Gijón are going to clear their lines. Derby Day is always a big day. You know, you're always very, very nervous on Derby Day. I'm sure you guys out there as football fans will know all about it. Let me know what your team's derbies are and things like that. I'll be very interested to know how you feel about them and how the rivalry with your team and their rivals are. I'd like to know what that's like. Right now, though, Adic is forward on the ball, and he has been given a penalty. He's been brought down in the area by Navarro. And is it him taking it? No, it's Orsolini taking the penalty, and he manages to actually score this one, which is fantastic. So, in fact, the game we played against Getafe, we scored 2 penalties in that off camera. So, the penalty curse is over, and now we're starting to score penalties again. Orsolini puts that one in the back of the net to put us 1-0 up, and temporarily puts us into second place in the table ahead of Real Madrid, although they still have a game to play later on. To be fair, if we win this game, we're only 14 points off what we got last season, and 17 points what we got the season before. So we're going to get a points record this season for our in this little save. We're going to get a points record in the Liga during the Real Deal save this season. I can guarantee that. You know, I can't see us not scoring less than 17 points. We're going to get a record. So it's very, very good stuff right now. It's really, really promising as well for later on in the season. We should be getting European football. I cannot see us not getting European football. Europa League or Champions League, I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to be getting European football. Orsolini's now got another chance to come forward. Cuts inside, back to Osmanovic, who comes out wide again. Balling wasn't great, but Cucurella's ball back towards Gene Ruiz on the edge of the area. It was all right. Borja Fernandez into Orsolini, who somehow manages to win the ball, still gets it round. Johannesson looking for Adic in the middle, cleared away. We're knocking on the door this game. We should really have made better use of those chances they've got us there now. We're sort of just messing around with it around the edge of the area. Although Orsolini with another chance. Osmanovic into Adic. Adic hits the post. Really, we should have scored from that, I think. We should have scored. Orsolini again on the ball. This time puts it back in clear, but only as far as Borja Fernandez, who unleashes a rocket from, 25 yards out into the top corner. Absolutely unstoppable. And he has silenced the Sporting Gijon fans in this derby today. Wow. Cucurella now with the throw-in into Borja Fernandez, puts it into Gene Ruiz, back to Osmanovic, who's got space and time in the area to turn and place his shot. And it's 3-0 now, just over half an hour. What a game this is turning out to be. Easy. This is just easy, this game. You love to see it. You love to see your team beating their rivals. Chance now for Gijón just before half-time, although Borja Fernandez does clear the ball on the edge of the area, but only as far as Gijón players as they come forward again. Pedersen puts a crossing, but straight to Berkeyzer, which is good stuff for us. Hopefully, he'll have a decent ball on him, and it seems to have gone straight to Osmanovic, who puts it onto Orsolini. We've got 3-on-3 essentially. Orsolini's shot, though, over the bar. Well, what a first half that was. 17 shots to 3 shots. We are so up for this. Passionate. I'm very happy the way things are going. Keep things up in this game. Diego Johannesson in this final game is absolutely loving it. I want him to get on the score sheet. I might move him up front, actually, for the final 15 minutes or so. We may move him up front just to see what happens. I'd love to see him get a goal in his final game, especially against the big rivals. Gijón now coming forward, though, early in this second half. Tropy on the ball now, plays out to Navarro, which I've just absolutely butchered. Back into his man, into Alegria. Is that how you say it? Alegria? He's put it in the back of the net for Gijón there. Which is a little bit worrying. That's their first shot on target as well, which is really, really annoying. Other than the pitch now, though, just after that highlight, we seem to be trying to do something as Mariano clears the ball up towards Allegri again, although he heads it back down to our players, and Borja Fernandez now with a chance to come forward. Orsolini, Berdeka, out to Johannesson, the danger man. He puts a, I mean, what was that? That was weird. It just went from one highlight to another. And now Osmanovic in behind the defence, nearly puts it past the goalkeeper. What a ball from Adzic. What a ball from Adzic. Nearly capitalised on there by Osmanovic, put behind for a corner. But that was a superb ball from Adzic. Resulting corner comes in then, and Jean Ruiz on the ball onto Osmanovic, he ran down the whole defence, had the shot of a near post. Mariano didn't seem to do anything, and it's now 4-1, which is absolutely ridiculous. And what's more ridiculous is I've missed 4 of these goals now. I didn't miss a penalty, but I missed the other ones. I've had to rewind and talk over it again. That happens a lot, actually. It happens a lot. Normally, I don't think people notice it, but when a goal scores, if you don't see the flashing on the top of the screen with a name, it means that I've missed it because I've had to rewind it. And Osmanovic nearly scores another one. We've got that one, but of course, because I'm talking, he's not going to score. Right, we're 4-1 up. There's 20 minutes left in this game. Osmanovic has played very well, but Diego Johannesson deserves a chance to have something glorious. So Osmanovic coming off, Chalobah coming on, Diego Johannesson just being advanced forward, basically. We're going to bring Rollheiser on for a few minutes as well. He's not had too much game time, so we need to get a bit of game time under his belt. And I'd like to see Sansek come on, actually, instead of Berdeka. So 3 subs at the same time in the 70th minute. Could upset the balance of the squad just a little bit, but we're 4-1 up. We're not going to concede 4 goals now, are we? So I'm pretty confident. Okay, well, maybe putting Diego Johannesson up front wasn't the best idea, because there hasn't been a single highlight since we did it, which is a little bit worrying. And there's 3 minutes of our time. There's still a chance, and a highlight comes now. Verba into Johannesson. Johannesson looking forward, just score some goals. Rollheiser now on the ball. Can he get across and gets it to Chalobah? Chalobah into Borja Fernandez, who scores his second absolute pile driver of the game to make it 5-1, put the result beyond all doubt. And the Asturiano Derby bragging rights are firmly in the hands of Real Oviedo. It's also good as well that we've won, because I think in our first season we played Gijón twice. We lost both times, which was quite disappointing. So fantastic stuff to win this 5-1. Superb result to go into the winter break, and I couldn't be happier. Very nice victory, lads. Well done. Let's leave the match, and let's find out when we're going to do our next episode. Temporarily second in the table, then I'm sure Real Madrid will go on and win their game. And we can actually probably drop down to 4th if Barcelona win theirs, which they probably will do as well. So we've got the winter break, then into January transfer window, where we're going to try and look to sell Lozano and Roland Salai, bring in a right back and possibly a central midfielder as well. So there could be a few transfers to tell you about next episode. I think next episode, actually, we go a little bit further. We do Seville and Barcelona, because that's going to be a big game. Seville 6th, Barcelona 4th right now. They could be big games. I know it's a few games to go, but it's only 6 league games, and I usually leave 5 or 6 league games in between episodes. There's 2 cup games there, it don't really matter too much. But if we do the usual 5 or 6 league games, it will come out on Seville and Barcelona, which I think will be a good episode. Right then, well, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time for a big episode with some big teams, and hopefully we'll get the wins, and hopefully it'll propel ourselves into further Champions League content.